Zamfara government demand more security from military. JAM approved CBT centers in Zamfara State 2020 UTME. EFCC investigate abandoned project in Kebbi, Zamfara, vows to launch investigation on business, regulatory environment for women's economic participation. On sport, Manchester United is past Wolves in FA Cup 5th round. And on the international scene, South African Muslim scholar Yusuf Ahmed Didat, shot in the head, survived yet critical. Welcome to Standard Voice Television News. I'm Samira Ibrahim. Now on the news in full. The Zamfara State government has said that the outstanding commitment and professionalism of the armed forces in the state will be complemented with working facilities and logistical operational vehicles. This was disclosed by the state governor, Bello Mohammed Matawalli, who spoke through the secretary to the state government, SSG, Malam Bello Balamaru, at the Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. The governor said that the provision of security gadgets and other requirements will enhance administrative convenience of the military. He urged the security agencies to always be proactive and combat-ready in tackling the menace of security challenges confronting the state. According to the governor, it is gratifying to note that the gallant soldiers and officers, as well as other relevant security agencies, are performing creditably in confronting all security threats by the undesirable elements and their sponsors, who are not yet ready to embrace the peace accord and reconciliation initiatives of the state government. He further appealed to the security agencies to be more proactive, with rugged optimism, renewed determination, and remain professional in the discharge of their constitutional duties. The governor, however, advised the unrepentant bandits to embrace the peace accord and reconciliation initiatives of the state government, stressing that any bandit that repents will be compensated very well.
Trying to note that the gallant soldiers and officers, as well as other relevant security agencies, are performing credibly in confronting all security threats by some undesirable elements and their sponsors, who are not yet ready to embrace the state government's peace and reconciliation initiatives. They will surely face the full wrath of the law, no matter how highly placed they are. The state government will do everything possible to curb their menace, with a view to making a sustainable peace and progress in our state. It's on record that we have achieved great feats in terms of enhancing the security situation of the state.
In line with the JAM regulated registration exercise, only the accredited computer-based test centers and JAM offices will be allowed to register candidates. The following are the approved JAM CBT centers in Zamfara State. Amlak Technology JAM CBT Center, Birnin Magaji Road, Kauran Namuda, Zamfara State. College of Education along Sokoto Road, Maru, Zamfara State. JAM State Office, Gusau, Zamfara State registration only. Zamfara College of Arts and Science, Zakas, CBT Center, Old Yahaya Gusau Secretariat, Sokoto Road, Gusau, Zamfara State. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has inspected some abandoned projects in Kebbi, with a view to making fraudulent contractors to face the law. The Northwest head of the commission, Alhaji Abdullahi Lawan, told newsmen in Birnin Kebbi on Wednesday that the commission was in the state to inspect the project in order to launch investigation on where they were abandoned by contractors. He said they are in the state to inspect abandoned projects in order to launch investigation on the reason for the abandonment by contractors.
Project monitoring and evaluation across the 3 states, in which we observed that most of the fraud being perpetrated are through contracts being awarded, which were also being abandoned, and nothing is going on that. So that's why we now decided to be here to go through some projects land that they have been abandoned and have not been completed. That's why we are here.
Alhaji Abdullahi Lawal further explained that the inspection tour will be carried out in 3 states, namely Sokoto, Zamfara and Kebbi. The zonal office oversees those 3 states, and the wisdom for the investigation was to check corruption, which is largely perpetrated through construction of projects by contractors handling them. The Commission has so far inspected projects at the Vocational Training Center in Amborsa, Birnin Kebbi local government area, as well as the proposed state secretariat, satellite project in the state capital, and the State Agricultural and Rural Development Agency, Karada. The zonal director had made it known since last year that they will embark on monitoring and evaluation of projects in the 3 states under the zonal office. He noted with concern that most fraudulent acts are perpetrated through contractors who were awarded contracts and at the end abandoned the projects. The Kaduna State Police Command has confirmed the death of 6 people on Kaduna-Zaria Expressway on Tuesday night. This followed an attack on the Emir of Potoskum, Alhaji Umaru Bubaram, on the Kaduna-Zaria road. The command spokesman, Yakubu Sabo, told the news agency of Nigeria that the incident occurred around 11 p.m. Nan gathered that several people might have been abducted by the attackers as empty vehicles were left at the scene when government officials visited on Wednesday. It is not clear as to the degree of injuries sustained by the emir, but Sabo said the monarch was at the Barau Dukko Hospital in Kaduna and was doing very well. He said 4 of those killed were aides of the emir, while 2 were commuters. Sabo said the Commissioner of Police Umaru Muri had visited the emir at the hospital. The command spokesman said investigation into the incident had commenced. The Kano Command of the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has intercepted an articulated vehicle with 895 kilograms of cannabis. The NDLEA commander in Kano, Dr. Ibrahim Abdul, disclosed this while parading the suspect to newsmen on Wednesday at the command's premises along Airport Road, Kano. According to Abdul, the men of the NDLEA that intercepted the exhibit on Tuesday night had also arrested 3 male and 1 female suspects in connection with the seizure. He reaffirmed their unalloyed determination to rid the state of drug abuse and trafficking. A huge and spectacular arrest and seizure were recorded. Officials of the organization have intercepted a trailer trunk at Kwanar Dangura in Kiro local government area, where a huge concealment of suspected cannabis amidst other goods was discovered. According to the NDLEA commander, the command had discovered that the concealment originated from Obese in Ondo State and billed to be distributed to Kano and Bauchi states. He assured that the arrest was done using the intensive intelligence-based policing introduced by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes. The zonal commander said Kano was top on drug abuse and trafficking in the country, but since he resumed office as the commander in 2019, the state has now dropped to 6th position. In an interview with News Agency of Nigeria, the female suspect, Sumaya, a resident of Kwanan Dangura, said she was not aware of what was carried in the vehicle. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, on Wednesday slammed the federal government for declaring as illegal the newly inaugurated Southwest Security Outfit codenamed Operation Amotekun. Speaking in Abeokuta, Ogun State, the Southwest coordinator of NANS, Kowe Odunayo, said the outfit, which was out to curb insecurity in the region, has come to stay. Odunayo, who was flanked by other officials of NANS from the zone, warned the federal government against politicizing security matters, which has to do with the lives and properties of the people in Southwest. He, however, implored governors in the region to stand on their feet and ensure that this laudable initiative is not allowed to be killed by some enemies of peace. Odunayo explained that even if we want to play politics with everything, must we do the same with our collective and individual security? Mr. Ordinario said they will not compromise any attempt to block the West from defending itself against attacks by the North. He alleged that with the refusal of the federal government and the Northerners, it is clear that the Northerners are behind insecurity in the country, and they will not accept that in their zone. He called on the governors concerned to stand on their feet and ensure that this laudable initiative is not allowed to be killed by some enemies of peace in the country. He said as student leaders who are also interested in the security of students and the zone at large, they are ready to support in entirety all that Amotekun stands for. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, said it is suspending registration for the 2020 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) in 243 centers. A statement issued by Dr. P.B.M. Benjamin, JAM's head of media, said the board regrets to announce that there will be no and there should be no registration exercise in the 243 centers where a third-party recruitment examination will take place across the nation Thursday, January 16, 2020. He said the decision was taken to avoid overcrowding of the centers, adding that registration will resume on Friday, January 17, 2020. The board regrets all inconveniences this decision must have caused the candidates. The registration exercise will last between January 13th and February 17th. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Menene amfanin gari idan har babu zaman lafiya?
Mecece jiha idan babu shugaba mai adalci? Mecece rayuwa idan ba yanci?
Me amfanin karatu idan har ba aiki?
Menene mahimmancin zabe idan babu roman demokradiyya?
Menene amfanin tarihi idan har ba za a samu darasi daga cikin sa ba?
Jihar Zamfara da can ta kasance a bar sha'awa. Gashi kuma sansanin noma da kasuwanci.
Gurin da kowa ke sha'awar zuwa. Amma sai abubuwa suka juya.
Amma sai ya kasance yanzu da zarar an ambaci sunan Zamfara, tunanin wata musifa da ko bala'i shine ke darsu a zakatan mutane.
Baki suka daina zuwa, 'yan gari suka fara guduwa. Talauci da tashin hankali suka yi yawa.
Gashi jihar mu mai haske ta dawo ta yi duhu.
Sa'annan mutanen Zamfara sai muka tashi tsaye, muka kama addu'o'i da tuba ga Ubangijinmu.
Sai kuwa Allah ya amsa addu'an mu, sai ya kawo mana matawallan muradi.
Dodon makiya zaman lafiya, dodon talauci, dodon makaryata da masu yaudara.
Me yi kuma dan Allah, me kishin mutane.
Me kuma neman gwamnati ba dan kansa ba.
Cikin kankanin lokaci sai gashi ya dawo mana da hasken Zamfara, amma ta fi yadda take da.
Wannan shi ake nufi da shugaba.
Jarumi ba malalaci ba.
Ma'aikaci ba barawo ba.
Allah ka kare mana zababben gwamna matawalin maradi.
Allah kuma ya ƙara masa lafiya. Allah kuma ya ƙara ɗaukaka.
Wannan saƙo ne daga gwamnatin jihar Zamfara ƙarƙashin jagorancin Bello Muhammad Matawallan Maradun MON kuma bardan ƙasar Hausa.
Welcome back. On business, Fauzia is on the line.
I'm Fauzia Ibrahim, and welcome to Business News. The World Bank Group says the regulatory development for women's economic participation has improved in the last 2 years. The bank made this known in a statement issued on Wednesday. It explained that, based on new study by the bank, 40 economies had enacted 62 reforms that would help women half the world's population realize their potential and contribution to economic growth and development. According to the bank, results are uneven as women in many countries have only a fraction of the legal rights of men, holding back their economic and social development. The Women Business and the Law of 2020 measures 190 economies are tracking how law affects women at different stages in their working lives and focusing on those laws applicable in the main business city. It covers reforms in 8 areas that are associated with women's economic empowerment conducted from June 2017 to September 2019. According to the World Bank, if women would move more freely, work outside the home and manage assets, they are more likely to join the workforce and help strengthen their country's economies. The bank says it stands ready to help until every woman can move through her life without facing any legal barriers to her success. Still on the business news. The Accountant General of the Federation, Alhaji Ahmad Idris, says the new value-added tax VAT rates of 7.5% will come into force on Monday. Mr. Idris, who spoke with journalists in his office in Abuja, said with the coming into effect of the new law, all payments from government treasury, whether approved before the assent of the bill into law or not, will attract the new tax rates. He said in government, you don't take any action unless there is an approved or illegal instrument. There must be a policy in place to back all actions. The budget cannot be implemented unless the National Assembly passes the appropriation bill and the President signed it into law. He said members of the public were sensitized and informed about it, but nobody could start deducting the 7.5% until the National Assembly approved it and the President signed the bill into law. That's all we have on business news.
Thank you, Fauzia. On spot, Abu Sufyan is on the line.
Welcome to the Sports Room. My name is Abu Sufyan Abakar, and as usual, I bring the sports updates. Juan Mata scored deep in the second half to eliminate Wolverhampton Wanderers from the FA Cup in a replay played at the Old Trafford Stadium. The game started openly for both sides, with both keepers forced to make brilliant saves from their respective oppositions. Not until late into the second half did Juan Mata broke the deadlock with a delicate chip past Wolverhampton's second-choice goalkeeper John Rudy after Anthony Martial played him through. This is the first time United defeat Wolverhampton Wanderers in their previous 5 meetings. And here are the result of the major games played in Europe on Wednesday. Carlisle also lost in a replay at home to Cardiff City 3-4, while AC Milan defeated Spal with 3-0. A game which saw out of form and out of favour striker Christoph Piatek on the score sheet, while Zlatan Ibrahimovic sat on the bench throughout. Juventus defeated Udinese 4-0 in the Coppa Italia, with Cristiano Ronaldo missing out of the match team. Fiorentina surprisingly defeated Atalanta 2-1 in the same competition, while Monaco lost at home to PSG 1-4 in the Ligue 1 of France. And that's all we have on sports. Back to Samira Ibrahim in the studio.
Thank you, Sufyan. And on the international scene. Durban Muslim scholar and activist Yusuf Didat, son of famous Islamic evangelist late Sheikh Ahmed Didat, escaped death when he was shot outside the Berulam family court in South African state of Durban on Wednesday morning. According to the local media reports, 66-year-old Didat was heading towards the court when he was approached by a man of Indian origin who drew a firearm and shot him once in his head before fleeing the vicinity on foot. A security officer who witnessed the incident, who fled into an awaiting white Mazda. Members of Reaction Unit South Africa, RUSA, were dispatched at around 8:30 a.m. to airlift Didat, who was lying face down on the pavement. Within hours of the shooting incident, social media was abuzed with rumors about his death. However, his relative from his wife, Yasmin's side, negated the rumors and confirmed he is alive. His sister, Quraisha, is with him, alive and undergoing treatment. Prem Balram, spokesperson for RUSA, said on arrival, the victim, Yusuf Ahmed Didat, was found lying face down on the pavement following the wound he sustained from the gunshot on his head. The victim is currently being stabilized on scene by paramedics. Colonel Tembeka Bele, spokesperson for the police department, said the motive for the attack was unknown and the case is under investigation. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. But before we go, A quick look at the major headlines. Zamfara government demands more security from military. JAM approves CBT centers in Zamfara State 2020 UTME. EFCC inspects abandoned projects in Kebbi, Zamfara, vows to launch investigation on business, regulatory environment for women's economic participation. On sport, Manchester United is past Wolves in FA Cup 5th round. And on the international scene, South African Muslim scholar Yusuf Ahmed Zidat, shot in the head, survives yet critical. That has been the news. On behalf of the production crew and the head of news and current affairs, Alhaji Ibrahim Garbatunau, I am Samira Ibrahim, wishing you a pleasant time. Keep watching Standard Voice Television News. Goodbye.